Let's do this. Greetings, everybody. Welcome. 5 Play Friday. We are live from the beautiful San Francisco Bay Area. Hope everyone's having a great morning. We're doing pretty well here in the San Francisco Bay Area. Had a lovely day yesterday after some rain. The word of the day for Greg is sore. Sore, yes. Too many games. A little worked over. But it's Friday. Right? Here in the Bay Area, we've got playoffs have started. League playoffs have started. We'll then have section playoffs, and then we will have state playoffs. So probably another solid 3 weeks of basketball here in California and in the Bay Area. Hope everyone's doing well. Lost Lake from Minnesota. How are you? Good to see you. Warren Layton from Washington. Excellent. The northern portion of the United States coming in strong early, as well as David Backen from Idaho. So we are the rim of the United States. Richard Masterson from Rhode Island. Good to see you. And Rod from North Carolina. Awesome. We need the coffee this morning. Yes. The late game Thursday show on Friday can get you. What? Stop the presses. Wait a minute. A night off. Wow. Jason. That's big news from Missouri. The Zooch joining us. Good to see you, Zooch. And Ethan, new in the chat from Illinois. Good to see you, Ethan. Kelly Hefner. I think we've got a Kelly Hefner play on the agenda. Central Florida, Ref for Life. Good to see you. World Traveler, Mark Asmussen. World Traveler. Hey, Phil, good to see you from PA. Hope everything is well there. Excellent. Yes, they are fulfilled. All crews have strengths and weaknesses. Sleepiness is one of my crew's key attributes. Ross, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Excellent. Good to see you, Ross. Wow, we have many states representative. Chuck, how's it going? Good to see you. But North Carolina, that's 3 from North Carolina, coming strong. 2 from Missouri. Jason Hayes, a signer? What? Judd from Illinois, good to see you. So where's everybody at in their season? Have the playoffs started? I know there's a staggering. Some people are probably just into league season. New Hampshire's represented. Patrick, noted Celtics fan. Dave from Michigan. Hope everyone's doing well. Kentucky in the house. And Randy, how's it going? How's it going? Yeah, so we want to be playoff ready, right? So here, one of my associations, we have an annual playoff meeting. And the officials at the meeting are encouraged. Hey, you got to get in the rules books. We need to be great at the end, in our playoff games. It's too late. How come that didn't go away? At the end of the season, it's too late. You got to have your saw sharpened. You got to have all your habits and fundamentals so that when those games happen, you are ready to go. So it's always ironic to me that the playoff meeting should be the first meeting, right? Let's start now in the process of preparing for the playoffs. How are we going to do that? We're going to do that by doing all of the things to get better as a basketball official. We can look at it as a ramp up, right? The things that we're focusing on early, etc., and start a process that culminates with the playoffs. And of course, step number 1 is treating all your games with the same attention you would treat your playoff games, right? And that's a challenge, right? Mismatch league game, late January, you already know who's going to win the game. It's a game management situation. Are we going to be at our best? Are we sharpest, etc.? It's certainly a chance to get reps. And one of the things we'll talk about in some plays today is getting reps, right? There's a situation that arises. How are we going to handle it? We're going to send their teams to their benches. Yes, I need practice doing that, right? So that when the playoffs come around, or the big game, or just an important game to both teams, that's a concept that we handle things as they should be handled. Tom from Milwaukee, good to see you. 2 weeks till playoffs, okay. Yeah, it's the end comes fast, right? Especially when you may or may not be a playoff official, or you may get a first-round game or what have you, or maybe there's not a lot of playoffs in your state or section, or how things are handled. So it's like we're busy. And then it's on to camps. Hey, Reese, good to see you. Hey, Reese. So you sent me that backcourt play. We have it. I'd love a more extended version of that play. Oh, that's all I'll say about that. Ron Frazier, good to see you, Ron. That great headshot in Ron's YouTube avatar. Kenan from PA, good to see you. Chris Janish, supplier of tremendous clips. We got a couple of Chris clips in the house tonight. Wyoming represented. We have a broad spectrum across the country. Tony Dahl. That's a good point. When we get to the playoffs, yeah, one game a night. Like my game last night, that was a league playoff game. Do we have to worry about the JV game before? No, we don't. Scranton is in the house. And Phoenix, nice. The
comments, I don't know if you're putting them on screen but they're not showing on screen if you are putting them on screen.
Well, that's oh oh. Got it. Got it. Mark from Salt Lake City. Good to see you. Yes, yeah. It may have been a user error situation. The Ray Allen from the beautiful, beautiful San Francisco Bay Area. Montana in the house. Good to see you. Adam from the beautiful Bay Area. Senior nights. What's everybody's feelings about senior nights? My feeling is I love it when the team only has one or two seniors. That's all I'll say about that. When a team has 8 seniors, it can be a long night. Ron has playoffs. Never in doubt. Never in doubt. It was just never made available or clear that you were an assigner as well. Oh, I'll have to watch my tongue about assigners. Indeed, indeed. All right, cool. Well, excellent, excellent, excellent. You would be able to adjudicate the tough play in a key moment of the game. League playoffs. Gotcha, gotcha. Excellent, excellent. Because I'm going with backcourt violation was ruled, and that's the way it ended. Yeah. Yeah, the transition can be tough. It can be tough. Mike Connors is here so we can get started. I apologize for my voice. I'm a little froggy. Uh, yeah. Where's my mute button? Do I have a mute button? If I need to cough? They are, yeah. Yes. Yes. Oh, and also, if the team recognizes the seniors on the other team with a little token or something or other, yeah, yeah. I mean, I appreciate the fact that it is senior night. We're celebrating these players, etc. And of course, senior night presents a situation where we need to be sensitive in the game. First of all, at the end of the game, what do we expect to have happen? Substitutions where the seniors come out of the game to get their final round of applause, etc. We need to be super sensitive about not being too fast in those situations, etc. As we can get seniors starting the game who may not be the regular starters. You just need to be aware of all the things and respect the fact that this is their night. It's a celebration of those players, and incorporate that understanding into the management of the game. No, but that's the thing, man. You've taken a bite from the apple. Soon you'll be a full-time assigner. I can see it. I can see it. But you know what else I could see? Let's get going. 17 minutes in. Holy cow. Okay. All right. Back we are. 5 plays. Let's do it. Stick around. Greetings, everyone. Welcome back. 5 Play Friday. We're looking at plays. We're going to do it economically today. We're going to get started. Of course, my name's Greg Austin with A Better Official. We look at plays to help get better as basketball officials. The season is winding down. We need to be great in our games. Let's take a look at plays, starting with play number 1. A you make the call play. What do you got on this one? All right, a player beyond the three-point line throws an obvious pass deflected by a defensive player within the three-point arc, goes in the basket. Holy cow, how many points are we scoring? 2 or 3? Put your ruling down in the comments below and stick around. End of the video, we'll be looking at all of the things on play number 1. But let's quickly move on to play number 2. Except for live stream viewers. Okay, I want to go... I think what I do is I say, hey, back at the start of the video, we had play number 1, that thrown ball from beyond the three-point line. Let's take a look back in time at play number 1. Oh, that's a fine... oops, wrong button. Whoops, wrong button. Well, that is a fine how do you do. We're 90 seconds into the game, and we have this obscure scenario that occurs. Can catch us off guard. It's going to catch us off guard when this occurs, right? So at other levels, this is definitely, without question, a 2-point goal. But National Federation of High School says that and has produced case play and rule support for any thrown ball from beyond the three-point arc that enters the basket is to be considered a 3-point goal by rule. As non-intuitive as that is, this is clearly not a try for goal. It is deflected and goes in the basket. 3-point goal by rule, NFHS basketball rules. It's clear. What can you do? It's non-intuitive. We need to be aware of these situations. Of course, this is, it's 2-0 in the game. We're just starting the game. This is not a game-deciding decision about whether this is a 2 or a 3. But if this happened at the end of the game, in a key moment of the game, we would want to be able to get this play right. So, as non-intuitive as it is, National Federation, any thrown ball from beyond the three-point arc that enters the basket is to be considered a 3-point goal by rule. There's some exceptions if it's deflected by a teammate within the arc, but in this situation, it's deflected by a defender. And a 3-point goal is the ruling. I think. I could be wrong. All right. We have a very elite rules knowledge crew here. I think most officials are going to call this a 2. That would just be my impression. And obviously, it's in a non-critical situation in the game here. Yes. I think North Carolina has the wide stripes. Yeah. Our crew does a good job of recognizing, hey, we got to come up with a ruling here, right? They ruled a 2. Excellent. Thanks, Kelly. Wow, we have a very knowledgeable crew here. Okay, thank you. Rockford, no, right? Let's say we had a 3-point shooter and a defender who's within the 3-point arc jumps and deflects a 3-point try for goal, and the ball still goes in the basket. Would we count it as a 3? Yes. The fact that the defense is from within the 2-point area does not a factor on the play. Wow. Ron would have gone 2. Boy, and if you're working with a collegiate crew or a collegiate partner where this would definitely be a 2-point goal, again, we'd sort of have to be aware of our partners in the game and fight for the NFHS ruling in this situation, even if we need to stop play. If our officials in this situation stop play and say, partner, that is a 3-point goal by rule, thrown from beyond the 3-point arc or whatever, get the play right, etc. Not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. We don't have to rush through this very unusual situation. Yeah. Good morning, Chris. I don't know what to say about that ruling. Yes, we are. Ah, Milwaukee in the house. Gotcha. Lost Lake. What if a thrown ball is on the way down and bounces off the defender's head? That would not count as a 3-point goal. That makes my brain hurt. I don't think the lead wants. Well, let's see. He's indicating a tip, I think. Just indicating the ball was tipped. Yeah. Cool. All right. So that was play number 1. But I'm going back here and we're moving on to play number 2. Yes, Stan. Yes. In very important games, it would be critical that we make proper ruling. But of course, making the proper ruling in those situations is a lot easier. Have you ever had this play in your game, right? Where it's occurred and we've had to make a ruling on the court? It's like it's great to see it on video, but have I ever had it in my game? I don't think I have. So when it happens in your game, it's like, getting reps. Yeah, it would be confusing. And in a moment of confusion, especially when the ball is dead, such as this, we can always stop play. Resolve the confusion, even though, like the opposing coach is like, what? All right. Okay, going back here, and we've moved on to play number 2. All right, block charge play resulting dead ball activity. Of course, when the ball is dead, it's more than just a phrase. When the ball is dead, the officials must be alive. We have a heightened awareness of what's going on with the players, especially if we have a situation where the game has said, hey, antennas up in every dead ball situation. Sometimes the game will come at us and it's like, it's chill, everybody's cool, etc. But we want our habits and fundamentals to be built upon a framework of being very aware in dead ball situations. So in this situation, we have a blocking foul ruled by our lead official. we have the blue player offering a token of their gratitude to the defender by handing them the basketball, and then the defender on the floor tossing the ball and hitting the player. Our trail official was engaged, recognized the thrown ball, but did not, I don't believe, recognize the previous action. And this is something, now we have a dead ball situation, and our lead official says, this is a situation we need to get together as a crew and discuss what we have. This is a very layered play scenario. Send the team to the benches. Again, habits and fundamentals. This is a play we need to discuss to make the proper ruling. Let's send the, right? I like to encourage officials and crews, whenever we have anything like this, let's get practice at sending the teams to the benches so that we can discuss what we have on this play and then piece things together, right? Maybe our center official comes in, they seem disengaged on the play and says, I saw Blue hand the ball and before he threw it, etc., and we could come up with double technicals in this situation. It's certainly possible, right? But we need to put all of our information together, and different officials can have different pieces of the puzzle. Come together with a ruling, figure out what's going to happen next. In this situation, obviously Blue 5 is to be awarded 2 merited free throws. They will do that with the lane cleared unless we rule a double technical foul, and then we would just resume the game at the point of interruption. The fact that we only have one official signaling a technical foul doesn't mean if we came in with additional information, we could rule a double technical foul in this situation. So, takeaways in these situations. If we need to discuss, let's send the team players to their benches. Now we have a clear opportunity to discuss freely and not worry about players in the game, right? Get in the habit of doing that. Find opportunities to do that so we get reps. We're very comfortable with that process. Get together as a crew, determine your ruling, determine what's going to happen next. If necessary, get the coaches together and explain the ruling. In this situation, I don't think if we just went with the player technical, it would not require that. But let's go to the table, report all fouls, make sure the scorer, understands what we have. So in this situation, we've got 16 fouls for each. It appears a high school game to me, so it's probably from a previous season, not a factor in the equation. But some real positives here, and also a situation where we need to identify if we're the center official in this situation. Why did we miss this? Why did we miss Blue handing the ball to White and then White throw? Why did we miss? Right? Because we're not focused. We want to develop our habits and fundamentals. So when we make that move from center to new lead to administer the free throws, we're not looking at the basketball or looking at the spot on the floor where we're going to be. We're observing players. We want to build that in, observing players into our habits and fundamentals. And that's just going to, in key moments of key games, going to put us in the best position to be successful, right? That's really critical. All right. Oh, people like to go charge. Chris, they're up in your business. We definitely have an embellishing defender on this play, right? Throws their head back. Right? So this could be a determining factor, right? I find when I am trail and my partner makes a ruling on a play that I think this should have been a player control and they ruled a block. How does that affect my dead ball officiating? Right? It's a great, sometimes when we're surprised by our partner's call, it can just like we're just like useless for a moment. Instead of just I would ask you. I know for me that is definitely a thing. Definitely a thing. Yes, T-Bomb. Yes. Well, Kevin, where did the play originate from? Right now, who has who? Who is officiating whom in this situation? I would say this is in the Leeds primary. They have a primary defender. They have a primary ball handler. I would say this is in the middle of the lane, and nothing about this play would say this is the center's call. That's what I would say. This is true, Doug. This is true. It should be. Yes. Yes. And you could say, Doug, so Doug says it should be a double T. You could say, hey, that first handing of the basketball doesn't rise to the level of a technical foul. Right? You could say, but then the retaliatory action, it has to rise to a technical foul. Obviously, their action of handing the basketball, it's like they've created that situation for themselves. Interesting. Okay, so Glenn asked, did the lead not consider it a technical? It appears that he is looking at the players. Again, right? I've made the call as lead, right? I realize, oh shit, that was not a great call. And what does that do to our attention span and focus on the game? You have to recognize these thoughts occur in our mind. Like, I love that call, great, and then I pick up everything. If I have a moment of doubt, I've ruled a block. Maybe it wasn't, etc. We're just kind of useless for just a moment. I find, for me. So you just have to recognize it in our game and just plow forward. Yeah, he's blocked by the white player leaning down a little bit. Cool. Yeah, that's a good play. I like it. I like it. Speaking of success, we've had tremendous success with the support we've received from our tremendous group of show supporters. Let's see who's up on the big board today. Lyndon Goodley, Brian Schumacher, Reese Shea, Tammy Sharolis, and Jim O'Shaughnessy. Much appreciated, much love. You want to support the show? Yes, there's a link on the screen. Show description, first pinned comment, and up above. Moving on. Let's look at our next play. All right, let's look at habits and fundamentals on this play. So we've got lead, got screening action in their primary coverage area, and then quickly at the last minute turns their head, sees some event on the far side of the court in the center's primary, puts a whistle on the play. Always, 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 if we're looking at only a brief glimpse of the play, we're not going to be good. We're just not going to be good. We have to recognize that in the game, right? Something happened over there. I see a player on the floor, right? But I have to trust that I do not have the complete picture on that play. My partner's in great position. There's one defender in this area. We don't need to reach in that situation. We've got to show trust in the situation. Again, if we see an obvious foul, I saw the whole play, that's an obvious foul, and that needs a whistle, I'm going to come get it. That is not what happens on this play. Our screener is legal. We see a fraction of the play, and a reaction whistle is put on the play. We want to show discipline, right, in our game, in these situations. So our lead in this situation, let's take a look. Maybe ball watching here, but they see this screen here. That is in their primary coverage area, and they should stay with that. A late, just like I see a player on the floor, I heard a sound, put a whistle. That is just not the discipline we need to show in the game. The game doesn't appreciate it. We have to show trust in our crew. Our center official, I wish we had the thought bubble. What's going through their mind? On this play, clearly we need to avoid reaction whistles when we don't have the full picture. That's where we're just going to be at our worst. If we just put a whistle on a play, we don't have the full view of the play, etc. So discipline, discipline, discipline. This is late in the game, right? We should have worked out, if this was the first call of the game, maybe you're, late in the game. Yeah. So a great opportunity just to review eye discipline, officiating, the things we need to be officiating, that screening action in the lead's primary coverage area. That was really important thing to officiate. Recognize we just heard some explosion over on the other side of the court. We don't have to have a reaction, right? Show discipline in that situation. The game will appreciate it. My daughter works for AT&T. Would that affect her ability to officiate? This is a legal screen. I mean, if we look at the merits of the play itself, and what's our center got going, right? The ball's in flight. Yeah, I do not see that screener moving into the path of a moving opponent. Both players are moving. To me, this doesn't rise. And it should not be ruled an illegal screen. Obviously, that's key. Hey, Jason, good to see you. To me, Stan, players, can celebrate the fact that a ruling has been made in their favor. I do not see this as a taunting action in the clapping by the player who... That'd be a good, yeah. Just create thought bubbles. If my tech team had any skills, they would have created. Oh, the pom-poms almost became. Oh, you can make the thought bubble come out of the pom-poms. right here. Let's take a look. What do we have going on with our cheerleaders? Yeah, the white bubbles come up and they form a thought bubble, and then the text comes up. Come on, tech team! That is a great discipline. Yeah, that is an issue. And like I say, sometimes early in the game, for whatever reason, we're just not settled. But this is a late game situation, and we make undisciplined rulings. At least I've heard that some officials have that situation where they call out of their primary, or not that I did that last night in my game. Yes, yes. Let's look at our next play. All right, end of game situation. Team is down by 3 points. They have a front court throw in with 16 seconds remaining. Throw in. Something unusual happens. There's a muffing of a pass, ball goes in the backcourt, and it appears that a backcourt violation was ruled in this situation. We cannot make mistakes as a crew in this situation. This is an end of game deciding decision. If we make an erroneous ruling in this situation, Red has no opportunity to rectify, to come back from that erroneous ruling. We cannot allow this to stand. The crew cannot allow this to stand. You have to fight for the proper ruling in this situation. So sometimes we make one of our partners makes an erroneous ruling. In a situation like this, we have to slow down, and come with information and get this play right. We have to. We owe it to the game. Yes, our partner has put a whistle on the play. We have to recognize this is not a backcourt violation by rule. The team throws, a confused player muffs the pass and deflects it. It goes into the backcourt, and then the throwing team picks up the basketball in the backcourt. That is not a backcourt violation, right? Our other officials have nothing going on in their primary. They should not be confused and recognize, well, our partner made a ruling, but we can come with information, and we have to come with information. Now, you are a young official. You are on a crew with veteran partners, and your veteran partner puts this ruling in the game. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? You have to fight for the game. The game needs to have this situation rectified. If we have an inadvertent whistle and an erroneous ruling, we can rectify that situation. It would be a backcourt throw-in where Red picked up the basketball, and we would resume the game from there. The clock, any passage of time here, we note the clock runs from 15:09 down to 13.7. Yes. We come from information. We have to get these plays right. Now, as a young official as well, one of the things you can provide to your crew is rules knowledge and the correct adjudication of play scenarios, right? It's a way you can add value. If either of the other two officials in this situation came with knowledge and fixed this situation, they would have saved the crew in this situation. And we have to have that mindset. We can't just say, well, my partner made the call. We can't say that. Yes, he made the call. We must get this play right. We have to, right? So it's a great situation to just recognize sometimes in the game, whistles go off. Oh, wait a minute, I've done something wrong. Sometimes in the game, whistles go off, our partner makes a ruling. We know that it is incorrect by rule. We have the opportunity to go, provide information, and not just provide information, fight for the correct ruling. No, we're not moving on, partner. That is not a backcourt violation. We must give the ball to red in this situation and rule an inadvertent whistle. No, I know you made the call. We must give the ball to red. That is not a backcourt violation. We have to have that mindset. The game comes first. Yes, our partner made a call. We have to have the mindset that we must not provide a situation where a team is disadvantaged by an erroneous ruling, either in the first period or with 16 seconds remaining. That's the other thing we have to have, is get these plays right every time, get reps in these situations, and then when it comes to an end-of-game situation when all the pressure is on, hey, I've done this before. This is how we're going to handle it. So, a great play to see, a great scenario to think through, and how you would react. Are you going to step up and fight for the game?
Game sound playing behind.
Shh. I did something wrong there. I pressed the wrong button. I pressed the wrong button. Go here. Oh, that's the thought bubble. That's the thought bubble. Yeah, Kevin, and we have to, first of all, we have to empower our crew to feel that they can come correct this play as well. Wait, proceed. Yeah, this is obviously an erroneous ruling. Well, see, so that's part of the challenge. That's part of the challenge. First of all, right, we have to have a mindset that we're going to get plays right. That has to be like the crew agreement. If you're working with a crew that does not have that, then that puts a lot of pressure, especially on a younger official. Where my veteran partner, if I said something, oh man, they would have embarrassed me on the court. And obviously that's not a great situation. Clearly. How would you do it? I always like to mention think visually of Tiananmen Square and the protester, and he's in front of the tank, and it's just like, I am not moving. I am not moving. This game is not proceeding, right? Get your other partner involved, right? And in the end, like let's say the calling official is the R on the game, and he's a 20-year veteran, and you are a second-year official, and you're the center official, and the lead official is a 20-year veteran, and they both say, no, that's a backcourt violation, right? And we're using language. There's no team control on the court. We must have player control on the court. There was no player control in the front court. Language, simple declarative statements, right? If, in the end, they say, no, we're going with the backcourt ruling. We're giving the ball to White. Let's go. It's like, okay, just express, I disagree completely. I think we're making a mistake. I cannot state that more is clearly enough. Make that case on the court. If they're not going to accept the information, if the game is going to proceed, then there's only so much we can do, right? But leave no stone unturned in expressing that we are getting this play wrong. We are going down the wrong path. Clearly. They are working behind the scenes. So just like as any partner you work with is going to teach you, you're going to learn things. You're going to learn things to do and learn things not to do. And my tech team is providing support in a positive way and in a negative way. Yes, I was reaching out to get a more extensive grip. So I see this video, and it's got, great graphic at the bottom. I do research. I find YouTube where there's a broadcast company that does these games, but this game's not listed. Very frustrating. Very frustrating. Okay, Patrick. So, in a throw-in situation, there is team control given to the team during the throw-in. But that throw-in, that team control is only for the administration of fouls. If a red player had committed a foul on a white player during the throw-in or in the aftermath of the throw-in until a team had gained control on the court, it would be ruled a team control foul. But in order to have a backcourt violation, we must have player control on the court, establishing team control on the court. Player control is established by a player holding or dribbling the basketball. This player who muffs the ball, contacts the ball, the throw-in is ended, but until red picks up the basketball in the backcourt, there is no team control on the court, and only after that could we possibly have a backcourt violation if the team touched in the front court and was first to touch in the last. That is that. Yeah, we would not correct the... even if we'd given the ball to the wrong team, we could correct the clock. Yeah. All right. Now let's see if I can recover from that pressing the wrong button. Okay, habits and fundamentals at the end of the game. Understanding that decisions we make as a crew in the end of the game are critical to the game, and we have to get those plays right. All right, let's move on and look at another play. All right, another game-deciding decision by our crew. We have to be prepared in end-of-game situations to get plays right, etc. It's unusual. It's a very unusual situation. We have 1/10 of a second on the clock. White has a throw-in. Of course, as officials, we know that a player cannot catch and release a try with less than 0.3. Only a tap would be allowed in this situation. The ball is thrown in. There is a deflection, and the ball goes through the basket before the lights show on the backboard. Is this the correct ruling in this scenario? And what are the habits and fundamentals of the crew? Let's assume we're coming out of a timeout here. We've talked about all of the things. That would be an assumption we would make. We've talked about all the things as a crew. We know that a player cannot catch and release a try, etc. We're poised and ready. Maybe we've talked to our timer and said, hey, wait for my chop. Don't start early, etc. Be disciplined and what have you, right? Our ball is thrown and is tipped by an opponent. This is not a try for goal. We need to know when the ball becomes dead in this situation. We also have a situation where the clock does not start properly, and the reason it doesn't start, one of the reasons it does not start properly is that our trail official never chops. What complexity does that add to the play? So, by rule, this should be a dead ball and the goal does not score. But our clock failed to start. That adds some complexity to the play. To me, the clock failed to start, even if the official failed to indicate that the clock should start, and this basket should not count. This is the incorrect ruling in this scenario. Even though the ball entered and passed through, the clock did not start and should have started on the touch by blue. Now, clearly, more than 1/10 of a second passed before the touch and the ball passing through the basket. So the ball should have been dead. There should be no goal in this situation. If we look at habits and fundamentals, right, we need to be aware of what exactly has happened on this play. We need to be aware that the clock failed to start. And we need to look at our habits and fundamentals as a crew. So, a tough scenario because the clock didn't start, but this goal should not stand. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. Yeah. So we have to be aware, again, of end-of-game situations. Being our best at the end of games. Preparing to be our best at the end of the games by developing habits and fundamentals along the way so that in high-stress moments, we can make correct rulings in the game. I'm going to do something a little bit different today. You think? You think? Dave says score it. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. Kevin's going to score it. Rockford's going to score it. Dave's going to score it. And of course, if they're scoring it, we're going to have the same scenarios we had on the last play, right? This is unexpected. We're all geared up for only a tap by the offense will count in this situation. Again, I'm assuming this is coming out of a timeout, and we've had a chance to discuss the situation. Agreed. You know, if I was the trail in this situation, I would be talking to my timer before the throw in. Hey, we've had a great game. Watch me. Watch me. Don't go early, right? Because if the ball's in flight here and the horn goes off because they started early, then our game is screwed up, although it would be easy to fix. Pardon me. Hmm. First of all, Warren, it's not a tap, it's a deflection, right? A tap is a try for goal by the offense trying to put the ball in their own basket. Well, if the scorekeeper is starting the clock, we got trouble. We got other troubles, Zooch. What is the rule reference that says it has to be off of the tip? The rule here is that the offense may not catch the basketball. They may tap the ball. And if this was tapped by the offense, this goal would count. This ball was not tapped by the offense. This ball was deflected by the defense. The deflection, the touch by the defense should have started the clock. The clock should be running, expiring, and then the ball, when it passes through, is a dead ball and no goal is scored. The fact that we're 43 and 43 on the scoreboard, it's just not a play we want to get wrong. Just not a play. No, Stan. The ball would become dead when the clock expired. The ball being up in the air over the basket, that's great. The ball ultimately passing through, that's great. But when does the ball become dead? It would become dead 1/10 of a second after it was deflected by the defender. A dead ball passing through the basket is never a scored goal. Nice Kevin is coming in with a big wave off. Right? Again, this is a crew situation. This is a crew situation. If we make this mistake, we make it as a rule. Right? And again, our center official, super emphatic. We are scoring this goal, etc. You're a new official. You're coming in. It's like, oh, wait a minute. Wait. All right, slow things down. Talk. Make declarative statements. Defense tipped the ball. The ball should be dead. Oh, absolutely, ref. Absolutely. The defender contacts the ball. The clock should properly start. It failed to start. The ball, about probably a 5/10 of a second after the deflection, passes through the basket. Like let's say it was let's say in this situation there was 0.4 on the clock, and the defense deflected the basketball, and the clock properly started, and the ball went up as it did. It was off the basket. It was entering the basket when the lights go off. No goal, because that ball would have to pass through the basket to count as a goal. Pass through the basket or stay within the basket, like when the net is too tight, is the way that a goal is scored. We have to know these things for critical moments in the game. And that's obviously not what happened here. Like minds, Mike. And if it failed to pass through, was in, maybe even in and below the rim level, but had not passed through, wave it off. Wave it off. Oh, excellent. Excellent. Let's a member of the throwing team may not catch and release a try for goal. Jack, are we talking about the backcourt play? I'm not understanding that. The ball passing through the goal before the expiration of time is the issue, Stan. Yeah, this is a great one. It's a great one to review because it forces everybody, like everybody in the chat, it really forces you to understand all of the variables in play here. When the ball becomes dead, 0.3 of a second or less, all of the things, just about the rules in this situation. So it's great to see these plays. No. No. A ball thrown from out of bounds, it will never be ruled a 3-point goal. Travel. Nice, Kevin. Yes. Okay, now, let me see where I stand. 8-10. Oh, we're looking good. All right, I'm going here. Okay. Do we have time for a bonus play? I hope so. Yeah, we do.
Get into Anderson. He scores it. He's got 22. Prinz over to Whitty. Whitty's going to be called for. Actually, thought it was going to be a charge. Mulder got charged, called for the block. That's his second. (87-66), 2 to go. He changed that to a charge. That goes on Whitty.
All right. Welcome to Blargy Town, population 2, right? So this is a great situation. Blarges are great. So we have one official who indicates player control. We have one official who is indicating a block. A crew comes together. They decide to go with a player control foul in this situation, right? This is not uncommon. This is the way most officials handle these situations, even though by rule, NFHS says there is a way to handle this situation. Now, let's take a look. And first of all, who amongst us has not been the lead here? We've realized, oh no, I have made a mistake. And the posture is like, oh, what have I done? Right? Let's look at our game situation here. This game is decided. 20-point lead, 2 minutes remaining. This is a great opportunity. Again, one of the things we want to get as officials is reps. What's the correct way to handle this by rule? What's the correct way? Right? We may not know that, right? The correct way is if we have different rulings by different officials, one official has a block, one official has a charge. It's not to get together and give it up to the primary official. That's other levels do that. High school, clear cut, it should be ruled a double foul, and we would resume play with the possession arrow. This is a great opportunity. Find opportunities in your game to do things correctly by rule so that when it happens not in a 21-point game, when it happens in a 2-point game, you can get plays right. Is it a moment of embarrassment? Great embarrassment. Oh, we screwed up as a crew. I'm covered with embarrassment. We can't possibly do that. It's just business, man. It's just business. Get the play right. Take advantage of opportunities to get plays right. And if you don't know how to handle these situations by rule, don't take the easy way out. Learn the correct way to do them by rule, even if you don't agree with it. Learn the correct way to handle it. If you find opportunities in your game, do it correctly. Do it correctly. Yeah. Come on, man. So we have a situation. Most crews in this situation, let's avoid embarrassment. Let's take the easy way out. Let's go with this. It's your primary coverage area. And even though I ruled a block as lead, why don't we just go with your call, right? But It's a great opportunity. I encourage people to find opportunities in their game to do things that may be slightly uncomfortable if it permits, so that in key moments of key games, we can get those plays right. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah. Like I say, Doug, who amongst us has not had that moment where they just realize, what have I done? What have I done? I don't know what that means. Oh, I see. Yeah, we don't really see the play, but it seems pretty clear it's a charge. Unless you're the lead. Has anybody ever been to Blarneytown? Zooch, are you crew saving for me? Our point of interruption. He was. I don't know. My brain's not connecting that we'd be award the ball to White because they had team control. That would be the point of interruption. I'm thinking. Yeah, you're right. You're right, because I'm usually thinking in a large situation we've got a release try for goal, but this is not. Zooch coming strong, saving the crew. Okay, so let me go. Here. So our correct ruling in this situation should be to go to the point of interruption. We report both fouls. Point of interruption is White team control. Award White the ball. On the end line at the spot nearest to where the double foul occurred in this instance. That would be the correct ruling in this scenario. Let's see if I could splice that into the old show later. Ay. Good get. I knew when I was saying it, I was like, am I saying the right thing? Yes. Nice, Kevin. So in blowout situations, right, we have a couple of approaches. One is, let's just get this thing over with, take the easy way out, etc. In my game last night, in the pregame, it's like this game is decided. We know who's going to win this game. Nothing that we can do is going to affect the outcome. How do we want to approach the game? And we were saying, let's use it as a playoff prep situation. Let's do everything right, by the book, fight not like smooth over situations, etc. It's a great opportunity because it has no impact on the game. All it does is the embarrassment factor. And I don't consider it an embarrassment factor. Ooh, this is a chance for us to adjudicate this play correctly and get a rep. I like it. Hey, Edward. I've heard other officials have these moments in the game. I've heard that. Indeed. Again, another reach scenario, and does something good come out of it other than a chance to work on our large mechanics? True, Randy. True. Right? Neither official raises a fist. I mean, our lead raises 2 fists, but that's a tell. Thank you. Hopefully I can edit that in so I don't, yeah. There's 2 ways to do it, Brian. I mean, you could have both officials report the fouls, or you could have one. I don't think it's necessary. I would go to the table and say we have 2 fouls on the play. We have a foul on white. We have a foul on black. We're going to resume with, at the point of interruption, white team control, white end line. If our coaches need further explanation, which probably would occur in that situation, or you could have the parade where each official reports their foul. I would do it just one official. I would do that. It's going to be cleaner in terms of relaying information and maybe clearly communicating the entire picture to the stakeholders in the game. Thomas says, please confirm refs are getting confused. Clock going off first and not counting a goal. A1 shoots a 70-footer. The horn sounds, the ball goes in. Of course, we score that goal. A try in flight by the offense. The ball does not become dead. I hope there was no confusion related to that the ball being deflected with 0.1 seconds. Oh, yes, Adam, that would be tremendous. That would be tremendous. Indeed. This is a high-scoring game, 87-66. Man. And, of course, neither team is in the bonus in this situation. If we have a double foul and one team would then be, get their 5th foul, of course, it would have no impact. Daryl, you're saying the ball becomes dead because it was contacted by the defense and not a try for goal. The clock should have properly started on the previous play. Cool. All right, live stream viewer time. Let's look at a bonus play for live stream viewers. All right, yet another back under play. This one has a little something different in that our team in black, our player in black, who had his legs taken out as he was reaching over, that's got to be over the back, ref. That's got to be. As he was reaching over, gets displaced, loses balance, and then there's a bit of a throwdown to the floor, right? I mean, it just adds a little flavor to the scenario. You could say, wait, was there something untoward by black as he was going to the floor where he threw the opponent to the floor? I would not say this is clearly a foul by white. Even though black is reaching over, there's no violation of any verticality as their center of gravity lifts up. Our player in white drives their legs. This is a foul on white. Would you have something related to the resulting action as the players go to the floor? You could. If you came in and said white foul and then dead ball contact by blue because they did something a little bit extra at the end, I'd listen to that. It doesn't jump off to me as the situation. I mean, let's say white hits his head like he does, right? would listen as to your ruling in that situation. Yeah. I'd be interested to see the aftermath of this clip as a result. Yeah, so yet another back under play, but then a little something extra at the end, which could add a different flavor to the ultimate ruling on the play. Definitely a foul by White, even though, yes, they're just boxing out. And yes, he was reaching over. But there's no violation of verticality in this situation. And we have a back under foul by White. That's what I have on the play. Oh, you have blue. All right. Is that blue? I'm going to say it's blue. So Jason says he kind of backs him under, right? This is a big, strong player, right? And these players, the action prior to the rebound, I do not see a foul there. I do not see a foul, even though we're yeah. We have an undersized player and a larger player, right? That's a tough row for White. Tough. Los Santones goes saying we got something extra, and that's flagrant? Huh. It's hard to tell whether there's an interlocking of arms by the White player when they start to go to the floor. Yeah. I'd listen. I don't know. On the original rebound or on the resulting fall to the floor? L. Smith. That's what I want to know. Do we have another bonus play for live stream viewers? Let's go.
Secret game in 1943. He was a professional coach, the first black professional coach, a hero to many, many of us. And I talked to Isaiah Thomas at one time, and he said at the end of Coach Mack's career, he was working at a boys club in Chicago. And we have a technical foul right here. Uh-oh. He's been ejected. Wow.
And Kelvin Sampson, with his team up 20, just got the gate on his home floor.
I got to see this because I thought this is interesting.
So this clip, all this clip really emphasizes is the fact that coaches know what they're doing. This coach in this situation knew they would be ejected. That was their objective by going out on the floor, right? So this does not have to be a great emotional experience for the officials, right? This is clearly an ejection. Everybody knows, and he knows, right, that this is a theatrical effort on his part to motivate his team or whatever in a non-competitive game, right? But sometimes in our games, sometimes coach, they want a technical foul, or in this instance, they want to be tossed from the game. They want it. They know exactly what they're doing. We have to recognize in those situations, it can really help in terms of any sort of emotional experience related to the game or related to the actions by the coach. Yeah, I see you, coach. I understand completely. Yes, we all know what's going to happen next. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. So that's what this clip emphasizes to me, is that coaches know what they're doing in these situations. This was the objective of the coach in this situation, whatever their motive was, etc. And we do have a bit of kabuki theater, right? Everybody knows. So you could have a situation in your game where a coach comes out on the floor and berates you, etc., and they're down by 12 points, and you assess a technical foul, and later on he says, yeah, I just want to motivate my team. Of course. I know. That's certainly, it's a tactic that coaches have. We just have to be aware of. That's all I'm going to say about that. It's a tactic. Yeah. So be aware if sometimes coaches want a technical. It's not personal. It's just business, man. It's just business. Go through the motions, assess the technical foul, and move on. I'm not even, I didn't even look at the play. Was there something egregious missed by the crew? Like, feels like, come on, man. What? Well, where's the ban button? Where's the ban button, Zooch? Clearly. Come on, man. That's a good question. Good question. Oh, man, we're loaded. I got more plays.
Come on, get there.
All right, Blarge adjacent. We have 2 whistles on the play. Our lead official seems to be calling an offensive foul, and our center official seems to be calling a foul on the defense. Let's take a look. First of all, a great save. If you're in a shot clock state, understand change of possession. Player travels first, drives. Right. So in a situation where we have fouls on multiple, potential fouls on multiple players, we could have, this is different from our Ballard situation, which was a primary ball handler, a primary defender, right? We have a secondary defender in this situation. And so important here to have crew communication. We have a double whistle. Show your whistle as lead, right? As lead, maybe you say, oh, well, I had the offensive player displacing the defense, but I have the foul first on the outside defender as the center, right? Have a conversation. Who do you have the foul on? I have it on, in this instance, White. The swipe down right there. And then there's ultimate displacement. We can both have a whistle on this play. This is not a blarge. We both have, but what happened first, right? The foul by the defense happened first. So a takeaway here is don't make your move as the calling official as center. Recognize that your partner had something. Confirm and affirm the ruling. I have from the outside, before the contact, I have a foul on this player whose number I can't see. And don't make your first move to the table. Make your first move to your partner. Confirm and affirm is a great habit and fundamental in this scenario, especially for new officials. Recognize that both officials had a whistle. Confirm and affirm. Get the play right. Know that your foul occurred first, and then we can adjudicate the play correctly. Still need that. Yes, Thomas. Now, often in play clips, everybody says, "Oh, if you get the travel and nothing happens." This is a pretty obvious travel. She got a running start. Well, to me, the play, the ultimate ruling on the play, Randy, on the previous play, once he came out to the court in aggressive fashion towards the official, they were gone at that moment, and the rest is just for show. And in this situation, we're going to give I think that we're going to give the coach his opportunity for the show. I don't know, to me. But in that situation, of course, it wasn't until the first official, the black official as center close to the table, assessed the technical foul, and then he was like incredulous, like, "What are you doing out here?" And it was ultimately the other official who said, "You're gone." But they know what they're doing at their level. Post and hold is great, and it's all about habits and fundamentals. Let's watch our center official. Post, right? Our lead official, hard to tell what they had, in the end. I do not see a simultaneous foul or multiple foul in this situation. I see the foul by the player outside with arm contact happening first. Okay. You think he may have been playing? Oh, I didn't consider that. Thanks, Kevin. All right. One more bonus play. How about that? Let's see what we got. All right. Just a hard situation to communicate, but it's all contained in this one clip, which is great. We've got a held ball is ruled. Black awarded the throw-in at the 28-foot line. You could pick nits about that, but yeah, it's awarded at the 28-foot line. On the resulting throw-in, we have a kicked ball. The resulting throw-in after the kicked ball would be a throw-in to black, but it's no longer an AP throw-in. The arrow remains unswitched. Our lead official comes and provides that information, but it's really difficult to accurately convey it. There's confusion, right? You got somebody over there holding the arrow. In the end, we get an immediate held ball, which is great. And our trail official is first looking at the arrow, which was obviously switched, even though we tried to communicate that it should not be switched in this situation. The ultimate throw-in was related to the kick ball. Yeah, it's just tough. It's a tough communication situation. That's all. There's going to be confusion. Should we stop the game after the kick to go explain? Or it's tough. It's tough. That's what this play. But it's great to see it all fully contained. Held ball, kicked ball, held ball. Nice. A chance to review the rule. So a key component here is, first of all, recognizing that we have an AP throw-in. When does an AP throw-in end? When does the throw-in end? When it's touched legally on the court, touched out of bounds, or the throwing team violates. None of those three things happened. The throw-in has not ended. The arrow is not switched. The resulting throw-in is a throw-in related to the kicking violation, and the arrow will remain pointed to the team that had it originally. So that's a key takeaway from that play. Now, hey, thanks for joining us today for 5 Play Friday. Much appreciated. You know what I appreciate? I appreciate our tremendous show supporters. That's what I appreciate. Who's up on the show supporter big board? Lyndon Goodley, Brian Schumacher, Reese Shea, Tammy Shirolis, and Jim O'Shaughnessy. Much appreciated. Much love. You want to support? On the screen. Show description. First pinned comment. And of course, always up above. Awesome. If you would do me a solid right now, hit the like button. It really helps us with the YouTube algorithm, gets the videos in front of more basketball officials. If you found value, come on, man. Give me a like. And we have additional video content available for you. We have training available for you as well. Take advantage of those, and we'll see you in the very next video. Take care, everybody. That's a wrap for that. Yeah, I waited to save that till the end, so live stream viewers didn't feel like I was to go away. That's for the edited version. Well, Zooch, on that previous play, if that was the case, right, we need to have a discussion as a crew. Need to have a discussion. So that play from last week, Doug, the elbow and the illegal screen occurring at the same time, I didn't put that in the final episode because I have to have a think about that. We're going to show that again. So that, in talking to Chip Clark, was actually a false multiple. And certainly I've never called that. Never called that. Yeah. Yeah, we tried. It's hard. I didn't even listen to the sound on this. Is there energy from the stands? Well, I think they changed the wording, Mike. It used to be legally touched. They changed it, and then there's a case play that says a kicked ball doesn't end the throw in. Makes it hard for me to explain that. Thanks, Chris. David. It's tough, though, but when do you do it, Thomas? When do you take time and talk to the table? Do you slow the resulting throw-in down, or do you wait till after the fact? It's just I find it an awkward situation. Thanks, Chris. Thanks for the clips. Appreciate you. Yeah. On the live stream, it's not the biggest deal, but on the final video, I think it's really contributes. P.D. Harris and Edward Harris. Mike, where you been? Where you been? All right. That's a good combination. Golf, then ref. Like it. Like it. Okay, Dave. All right, I see you. I see you. Send the video. Send the video. Thanks, Reese. Appreciate it. If golf is a good walk spoiled, reffing is a second round or twilight golf spoiled. Well, I mean, our lead official comes in and says, "This is what we have." That to me, it's like, yeah. What are you going to do, man? What are you going to do? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to wrap it. I'm going to wrap it. Went a little long. What else is new? I have a night off, at least as far as I know. So Arbiter has not been sending me notifications of new games. I have to go into Arbiter and see if I have a game. That happened twice this week. So that's unusual. But I believe I have a night off. But those of you who are working on a Friday night in February, come on, man. Call it both ways. Call it both ways. See everybody.